Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica. I am Kamchak Fisco. Come join me for an ocean adventure. Sea Glide. The Sea Glide is a personal transportation device designed for oceanic environments, capable of speeds up to 10 meters per second in standing water. Displays basic topographical data to aid in charting cave systems. Replaceable battery. Thanks, that's simple. The Seamoth is a one-person submersible with an independent replaceable power cell and fully customizable design. Most long-range mining vessels carry at least 2 submersibles of this class to facilitate exploration and exploitation of water-bearing planetoids. Rating, top speed 13 meters per second, slightly faster than the Sea Glide. Acceleration 5 meters per second. 10 distance per power cell 10 kilometers. That's pretty far. Crush depth 200 meters below sea level. Not that far. 4 upgradables. Yeah, one person's. Seamoth may be modified by installing upgrade modules to the access points mounted by default on the upper left wing. These include increased storage space, cargo space, superior power, like how? Pressure and collision compensation. I could use that. I run into everything. Enhanced sonar, defensive capabilities. NB. These modules may only be manufactured in appropriately outfitted moon pools. Yeah, I figured that out. All environment protection suit. This must be the thing I'm wearing. You're currently wearing an AEP suit, a hermetically sealed personal environment. Personal environment? It's a suit, okay. Designed to withstand the most extreme conditions in the known universe. Onboard temperature and hydration regulation. Compatible with a range of modifications for particular environments. Slimline build for maximum freedom of movement. Biometric sensors. Contextual heads-up display. AEP suit should always be equipped before lifepod launch in case of hull breach. The light stick. A mobile battery-powered LED light which provides low-level lighting in a 360-degree area and can be attached to most surfaces. So it's like an electronic torch. Okay. Propulsion cannon. Allows the technician to manipulate gravitational forces at ranges up to 20 meters. It's commonly used in construction and mining to move materials. Operating instructions. Pull the trigger once to lock on and attract a single target object weighing less than 25 grams. The object can now be safely retrieved from the gravitational beam. Alternatively, pull the trigger a second time to propel the object at a speed away from the device. Not recommended for use in organic subjects. Yeah, I would think so. This suit, the radiation suit. This suit protects fully against the effects of radiation during landing, sea, and space exploration. A necessary precaution in a post-mad world. Mad? Mass atomic destruction? I don't know. Safety rated up to 400 SVs sievers per hour. Cross-compatible with all AEP suit functionality. Sleek. Still suit. Wow. 80. The industrial standard still suit is designed to minimize water loss while exploring hostile environments by filtering and recycling bodily fluids. Ew. Because drinking reclaimed urine is better than death by dehydration. I suppose. Reclaimed water is stored in containers for later consumption. Normal production rate is 2 bottles per day. Filter contaminants with no less than 4 different bodily secretions. Sweat, pee, I'm guessing feces, and what's the other excretion? Saliva? Oh, blood. Blood and sweat may be effectively processed. Upgrade to the Mark II to make most of tears. Okay. Onboard flavor neutralizer can be activated at startup. Flavor neutralizer not included in all onboard models. Lovely. Geology. Okay, these are the limestones. These unusual geological structures often form a titanium or copper deposits, and are distinct to this planet. Closer analysis reveals the stone around the metal has been hardened against erosion, but mechanism remains unknown. Okay. Sandstone outcroppings. These common porous outcroppings seem to form around small amounts of precious metals. Otherwise, these metals are part of a sedimentary buildup over time. Operational logs. Structural analysis. Scattered wreckage. Analysis confirms the wreckage is from the Aurora. Outer layers of the material have oxidized, suggesting it has been heated to over 1200 degrees Celsius, burning up on re-entry. This pattern is consistent with hull disintegration during atmospheric entry. The inner layers contain enough residual titanium to be reclaimed at the fabricator. Yeah, we've kind of been doing that. Oh, these poor bastards. Alright, Life Pod 3. PDA, situation analysis complete. Communications relay offline. Damn it! How are we going to find the others without a rendezvous signal? We have the compass bearing on where the other pods went down. You just want to swim for it? If there's any rescue coming, it might be years away. We need a sea glide outside of the hatch. If we can fix it up, we can get to the others and salvage the materials we need to build a permanent habitat. We're a few rooms away from relative luxury. I'm going out to see what I can find. I'm guessing you didn't come back. I've tried everything. If this fabricator were working, I'd be watching the sunset from the armchair in my private observatory by now. As it is, I can barely manufacture the most basic materials with this thing. Want a battery? Here. Have a children's toy. Need deep sea diving equipment? Have some live equipment. Hungry? Let me turn that fruit into dust for you. My theory is the situational analysis circuits are fried. I'm going forward with trial and error. I hit every button on this list. It's got to make something useful eventually. Yeesh. That's a hell of a pod to be stuck in. Life pod planted fall intact approximately 1 hour ago. Environmental instruments were knocked offline when the Aurora Seamoth Bay collapsed around me. With my face pressed to the glass, I can make out shadows shifting about in the water below me. Every so often, the pod is rocked by some kind of collision. I can't tell whether the pod is bumping up against the rocks, or if there's something out there trying to get in. Probably that. Either way, the hull is beginning to buckle. I can see what's left of the Aurora from the top hatch. We were carrying anything and everything we might need to complete the phase gate. Mobile vehicle-based bioreactors, propulsion cannons. I'm going to see if I can scavenge whatever I can find and see if I can reinforce the life pod hull. Poor bastards. Then we've got all the alien life forms. Purple brain coral. A permanent growing colony of microscopic organisms, this coral species is adapted to filter carbon dioxide from the environment, using the carbon to build the colony and expelling the oxygen from specialized exhaust funnels. Table coral. Each disc of an individual colony of microorganisms filtering nutrients in the water flowing past. Growth patterns indicate that the colonies are in direct competition for positions with superior current or light. Unlike other coral species, its structure is malleable, softly pulsating as it pumps nutrients to its extremities, and only turning rigid when it senses physical assault. That's why it hardens when we break it off. The jewel-like node in the surface are concentrated buildups of rare minerals the coral is unable to process. That's what we use to make the computer chips. Tree mushroom. This is the shit we just scanned. Analysis of these large organic structures reveals a microcosm of cooperating, cohabitating, competing life forms. The main trunk is a species of coral, some colonies up to 50,000 years old. Jeez. The cap which line it share more in common with the earth fungi. Other organisms grow in the structure wherever there is space and light. Surrounding waters are dense with herbivorous, I guess that's how you say it, life forms in the 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter range, to the extent that large herbivores appear to have mostly abandoned the area. Okay. Acid shrooms. A common spore-bearing fungi species with developed defense mechanisms. The flesh contains a highly acidic compound which leaches into the water if the outer skin is penetrated. So don't rupture these, basically. Fluctuations in the local water pressure may also cause it to shrink. It's not clear whether predatory species necessitated such extreme countermeasures, but the acid mushroom's numbers suggest it has successfully deterred most of them, which we use for batteries. It's acid. That makes sense. Blue palm. The blue palm is a common aquatic plant that thrives in the shallow waters with high exposure to sunlight. Long fronds intercept light before it can reach the smaller flora on the seabed. Crashfish. Did I actually read these yet? I don't think I did, but it says I did. The plant species appears to share a symbiotic relationship with the aquatic life form it nests inside of it. The petal-like structures appear undamaged when the life form emerges, and likely remain open until the nest is reclaimed by the original owner or another. So they're not regrowing another fish, just another fish comes along. Further information on this relationship is not possible from studying the plant in isolation. Trace amounts of sulfuric residue have been detected on the inner leaves. Creep vines. This kelp species concentrated in large forests, in shallow sandy waters. The loose roots anchor to the plants to the seafloor, from where it grows steadily towards the surface in pursuit of sunlight. The stem is fibrous and rich in iron, making it both a viable foodstuff and base material for fabrication of textiles such as rope and bandages. Ah. Predators. Hoverfish, okay. Rabbit ray and peepers. Vital alien resource, edible, medicinal, construction applications. Eyes. Oh, those were the freaky eyeball things I saw the first pass before we had to restart. Drooping stingers. Zero photosynthetic cells detected. Implies carnivorous adaptation to low-level lights. Follicles along the tentacles capable of detecting contact with the foreign bodies, triggering an electromagnetic charge in 600-watt range. Prey is likely paralyzed and consumed over many weeks. Tigerfish. These were the fuckers shooting at us. This plant has adapted to sense fluctuations in the water as up to 15 meters. It is capable of both prehensile movement of its tubes, as well as propelling thorns at speeds of up to 10 meters per second. Although capable of incapacitating small herbivores, this plant lacks carnivorous digestive organs. Would-be predators caught in the defensive perimeter serve as a warning to other herbivores not to approach. As they decompose, they serve as fertilizer for the tiger plants. That's a odd way to get plant food, but sure. Writhing weeds. Well adapted to both shallow waters and cave systems, this plant lives in symbiosis with the coral species, which form around the base of the stems. Scavengers and parasites. Floaters. Evolutionary abnormality. Further research required. Dominant life form. Structure analysis reveals that this entity is made up of two separate species, the pink main body and the inner jaws of the dominant creature. Microorganism membrane. The outer gel-like substance is a mesh of microorganisms capable of forming a sealed vacuum around the creature's jaws. Air buffer. A thin layer of helium is stored within the outer membrane, providing buoyancy. The life form has been observed almost exclusively attaching to large boulders. It appears entirely vulnerable to artificial detachment and indiscriminate as to what it reattaches to. Shuttlebug. You're the freaky-looking dude. Don't work. I gotta roll up. Scroll up. Roll up. Wow. The common scavenger at the base of the food chain. Mouth parts. Small enough to be no threat to even small organisms, this creature is clearly adapted to feed on the waste products of the ecosystem around it. Okay. 3 mandibles, used to orient themselves when drifting, and to filter through the detritus, I think that's how you say that, detritus of the cave floor. The species' presence may indicate a nearby cave system. That's handy. 3 legs. The high-strength muscles can propel the life form great distances through the water, as well as ambulating them across the sea floor. Harmless. That's a lot of passes. The reef facts. Limited data available. Chitinous plating. Thick enough to interfere with the spectroscope scanner. Lovely. Unidentified pods. Unknown purpose. Green in color. Visual similarity to the gasteropod's algae gland. Okay. Tentacles. Total length that ranges up to 25 meters. Tentacles provide low-speed propulsion. The sociable seems traveling in small pods, behavior consistent with low-level sentience. Predators unknown. That makes sense. Keepers! Fast prey fish encountered in large schools in shallow waters. Developed side-mounted eyes, well adapted to recognize and flee its many predators. Also rich in protein. Powerful fins. Enable rapid acceleration and the ability to leap meters out of the water. I've seen that. Beak, likely used to break down corals in tough vegetation. Interesting. Reliance on visually identifying predators may leave it vulnerable to low-light environments. Edible and high-calorie. Let's look at the carnivores real quick. Stalker. Head, elongated snout that can deliver huge biting pressure in larger attackers, but can also be used to get small herbivores seeking refuge among the rocks. So this thing almost acts like an alligator once it bites down. Retinal layering on the eyeball suggests adaptation for night hunting. Dorsal ridges. These ridges can be moved independently to deliver superior maneuverability. Pelvic fins, long and powerful. The stalkers evolved to hunt even the fastest of prey. Neural pathways indicate innate ability for reward-based learning. Evolutionary explanation unclear at this time. Is that whole tame them with a fish thing? Attracted to metals, will fight fiercely over its hoard. No explanation available for this behavior, further research required. Yeah, that's kind of how we get their teeth. Okay. Jelly Ray. You were the freaky dude down by the mushrooms. Shares some evolutionary traits with the rabbit ray, including the highly poisonous flesh. Rabbit rays have poisonous flesh? Oh, I never scanned them on this pass. I need to go back and scan one. These species adapt to low-light environments with translucent, luminescent bodies. This may help to light up the surrounding area for foraging, ward away predators, identify the organism of 2 others of its kind. Small creatures have been swimming in the jelly ray's wake. Small creatures have been seen swimming in the jelly ray's wake to take advantage of the light source to their own ends. Hoover fish. A small cautious herbivore commonly found in the shallower environments. Charged foot pads. 6 unique limb appendages feature charged pads capable of ionizing the surrounding water. Freaky. Hoverfish appears to use this ability to maintain its position against the current as it feeds from the kelp and lichen. Oh, so it uses that to offset. Okay, I got it. Hoopfish. A small school mentality prey fit. Okay, I can't read. With a distinct method of propulsion. Antenna. Rather than swimming, this life form uses its fine green antenna to encircle its body to alter the composition of the water in front of it, allowing it to sail through low-density space created. That almost sounds like a frickin' using, gravity wave to distort space to move through time like a hyperdrive. Freaky. Purple-green coloration. May be camouflage adaptation for mid-range light wavelengths. I can read. Possibly indicating the hoopfish is more active at dawn and dusk. Holefish. A small herbivore found in low numbers. Coloration suggests adaptation from cave environments. Bored-out fintail. By manipulating the size and shape of the hole in its tail, it can perform unpredictable maneuvers. Makes sense. Smaller than most herbivores, presumably due to the lack of vegetation in low-light environments. Shows little fear of predators. This has been edible. I'll read the rest of these in a second. I need to get some water. Because my character is about to drown. Or, drowned. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Gaseopod. A slow-moving life form capable of filling the water with a poisonous and corrosive compound capable of dissolving even synthetic fibers. I've noticed. Filtration system. Multiple gill layers appear to render this creature impervious to noxious clouds it produces. That would make sense. Algae gland. A bulbous sac-like appendage on the rear end. A luminescent yellow algae grows inside the sac and produces poisonous compound. The abdominal muscles contract when the creature is stimulated, causing the algae gland to emit noxious compounds into the surrounding water. Okay. Large pelvic fins. Capable of powerful movements through the water when moving in small herds. Gaseopods appear to be social in nature and may even use their emissions in their relationship rituals. Use caution. Gary fish! Slow-moving and curious herbivore, camouflage indicates the adaptation for evasive behavior on the ocean floor. Eye stalks. May be beneficial when watching for predators and hiding places amongst the corals. Boomerang. Herbivore encountered in large numbers, found frequently in the shallow waters and move in schools. Serrated teeth. Suggests adaptation for grinding coral, so they're not carnivores. Twin fins. Unusually, this species' two fins are cartilaginous in nature, so it's made of cartilage. Extension of its skeleton, less prone to damage and harder to grow back. More active during daylight hours and prone to flee on approach. Bladderfish! This unusual herbivore appears mostly defenseless. Semi-permeable membrane. This life form has the ability to filter seawater into its body cavity through a unique membrane. Removing and consuming organic particulate matter are caught on the way. Oh, so we're just using what's in the creature to make the water. That makes more sense. Open-ended vascular tubing. Trip over that word for some reason. Can be angled and contracted to pump out water and achieve low-velocity guided propulsion. Largely oblivious to threats, it can its only identified defense mechanism is the 95% cartilage. That's not much of a defense mechanism. Membrane may have applications as a natural water filter. That's why we make water out of it. That makes sense. Okay, so we read up on all that. Jeez, that took forever. I will stop and intermittently read more about it as we go, so we can learn more about the critters. I'll go ahead and grab another water, because we're still thirsty. And we need to go silver hunting. My personal thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. You all are awesome viewers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoy them. So y'all take care of yourselves, and if you want to see more of me, keep up the video on the list, or stay tuned for more. Feel free to leave a comment below, and please remember to click that like button if you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, fare thee well, everyone!